Sweet like wanna do. And I would go crazy, girl, if I couldn't have none of you. I say you from Jamaica, straight out of my Mercedes trunk. You make me wanna roll you up. And then you make my body suck. Make a nigga have a gangster lean.
That's that shit.
Talk about gangster lean.
Welcome to The Push on Taste Radio Litt Live. Your host, Ogee Money, where we push the culture forward tastefully, one show, one interview at a time. Home of the spitters, home of the artists, home of the streets. And it's only right today that I got another. This is a bucket list for me. I'm going to say that. I don't say it so often, but it's a bucket list interview because I've been waiting to sit down.
Wow.
Holla at my man for a second. Talking about Fat Trel.
Man, what's up, bro?
What's good, man?
Man, thank you for having me, bro. How you?
Shit, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you as well, man.
Man, me and Fat Trel, we talking about music before we even sat down. So typically I'm trying to break the ice with the artist here that got me singing songs and shit.
Right, hell yeah.
You know? I really started fucking with Fat Trel when G.O.A.T dropped.
Okay.
You know, partially because of the controversy around the cover.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. I get a lot of people who say they played the album just off the cover alone, not knowing who Fat Trel was.
Yeah. The cover, and I just imagine this time that was a whole different Fat Trel than what we see right now.
Absolutely, yeah, man. It's it's been a lot of time since that tape has dropped. A lot of trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? So definitely got a different Fat Trel sitting in front of you.
Well, I can tell just based off of the output, the music that you've been delivering, especially since your release. We'll get to that as well.
Okay.
Northeast DC native.
Of course.
You know? So what makes the Northeast distinct from other regions in the city?
What makes Northeast distinct from the other areas in Washington, D.C., in my opinion, and I'm only one man, right? I feel as though we more so on hustling and getting to a dollar every day, if that makes any sense. Because you got the Southeast area of Washington, D.C., where a person from out of town might look at one area and say, oh, well, this area is known for a lot of violence and a lot of, violence. And then you got some people who might look at the uptown area and be like, oh, so these dudes are flashy. Like, they like dressing well and, riding expensive cars and stuff. Versus Northeast, them niggas just trying to get some money. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and low key and like humble, like, I might pull up on you in a Honda today. I might pull up on you in a Rolls Royce tomorrow, but I'm probably gonna ride the Honda the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like, I think that's what makes Northeast distinctive, for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. Every city you go, they always talk about uptown, whether it's New York, Philly, DC.
Yeah.
Uptown's known for getting money, get fly, shit
of
like
course,
that.
Yeah, man. Uptown dudes different, man. They real high on fashion, and they just a group of niggas that I say like they be up on stuff first, in my opinion. And like I said, I'm only, but me being, I used to always look at uptown niggas like they were super, super fly. You feel me? Always had on some shit. And the shit you see them with, you might be like, oh, that shit look questionable. 6 months later, the whole city wearing that shit. You like, man, uptown niggas was doing it first type shit. You
Trendsetter.
Yeah, of course.
What do you love most about your city?
I love our reputation amongst those rooms and amongst those men who stand on morals and principles. I love the fact that our city has been known for a few things, and if you know, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about the city, and I love our culture too, you know what I'm saying? I love the New Balance, Nike boots, Go-Go. I love that about us, you feel me? I love that we known for seafood. I just love it, you feel me? Like, it's just what makes DC for my opinion.
What's your least favorite thing about the city?
Man, the division. Super divided, you know what I'm saying? Very, very divided. We don't have Crips and Bloods. We don't have GDs, BDs, Vice Lords, or nothing like that. We got neighborhoods. And so, if you was born on 35th Street, or if your mother got an apartment on 35th Street, then 9 times out of 10, you was from 35th Street, you feel me? And it's very divided that way because 15th Street could be beefing with 17th Street, you feel me? And it make it hard for you to move around. It make it hard for you to go to school or pick your son up from school or take your daughter to go eat and make it hard. So the division is one of the things I hate the most about my city.
We're gonna get into that because one of my favorite songs from you is Finster.
Yeah.
Finster. Talking about like catching, that's so super street, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Catching the ops slipping, watching them on this, and you gotta watch how you move it nowadays, period.
Absolutely, yeah. Where you post, what you post, what you driving, all types of stuff, man. You got, man, you know, you never know, man. So yeah, shout out to Boogie though, that's my dog, man. Finster, that's one of my favorite records too.
Yeah, now the younger Fat Trel, were you a little bit too excessive, you feel, coming up young inside the game, and then with the social media era, do you feel you've changed a lot now since what you had to deal with and just how you move in general?
Of course, yeah, of course. The younger Fat Trel, man, would like push up on any block, up to any hood, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we shooting dice around here. Oh man, they having a cookout on such and such street. And I think the younger Fat Trel would definitely would move around different, a lot more relaxed, more loose, I would say, versus now. And it all come with life, you know. Life is about growing and becoming smarter and educating yourself, whether it's book smart or street smart. Life is about elevating and educating yourself. And so the trials and tribulations that you go through, that's what you learn from the elevator as a man.
Well, I feel we're witnessing the evolution of Fat Trel, and the music that you're making now, in my opinion, is the best music I've heard from you.
Okay,
you know,
thank you. Man.
Super grown, high quality.
Yeah,
take your time with it.
Absolutely.
We're gonna talk about Boosa's Keeper.
Of course, man.
I told you before we started, I think this is probably your best body of work.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Like total quality music. And as a matter of fact, there's a mean 3-song sequence, I think, from Pain on Me to Shine Bright.
Okay.
Really soulful, introspective. Even my man Reggie was like, oh, yeah, this is the one. And he's like, yo, sounding. I'm like, yeah, Fat Trel got one of them things on there.
Right, yeah. Thank you.
Do you feel that this is your best work to date, though?
Do I feel as though it's my best work to date? I think that's a safer assessment to agree with. But at the same time, me personally, I know that all the other music that I got, you see what I'm saying? That I'm waiting to get to the world and to the streets. But what I will say is this though. I feel like out of all my projects, this is my most fine-tuned, matured project. You know what I'm saying?
I can agree.
I'm being real vulnerable a lot on this project and on the deluxe. You know, I'm speaking on a lot of topics that I wouldn't necessarily believe that I would speak on an album. You know what I'm saying? And versus the old me, you get what I'm saying? So I think this is one of the most mature albums I ever put out, to the point where I'm just letting the fans know like who I am as a man, what scares me, what don't scare me, what excites me, what don't excite me. You know what I'm saying? And really what I'm going through as a man, for real.
And the core fans are still getting fed. The trench is still getting fed.
Of course.
Pardon me, the women, you know, I was going to say, they still getting the nasty Trel that they love, you know?
Nah, I got to stay nasty, man, till the day I die. I don't see no signs of slowing up when it comes to, you know what I mean, the ladies, man, for sure.
Well, I do want to ask this because you always have unique features and guessing on this project. You got Skilla Baby, ESTG, Millie's, bunch of different artists.
G.O.A.T on there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And see, Fat Trel always says J-I-D-K. That's how you know they go back with it.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's my dog, man. Shout out Jay.
Super talented. How does Fat Trel do biz when it comes to features? And, you know, since you've been released, have your peers been like, yo, nah, we fuck with you, Trel. Take this verse. How does that work? How's that been working, if you want to get to it?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of my features do just come from my peers. It's like, yo, man, killer shit. You feel me? Like ESCG, for example. He was one of the, you know, a lot of dudes sent me records when I came home. If I'm not mistaken, from me walking out of prison, I changed clothes in the parking lot and then jumped on the Sprinter. I believe the first record that came from one of my peers was that ESCG record. You feel me? It actually was supposed to go on Nightmare on East Street too. But for some reason, I didn't make it on there. So I said, yo, it gotta go on Boosa's Keeper for sure. But that was one of the first records that got sent to me. And then we also do business with a lot of our peers too. Like, say for instance, you know, we all hustlers at the end of the day. So you might you might have an artist who say, look, I ain't gonna charge you for the verse. I'm gonna knock the verse out for you just when it's time for the video. Give me your life fee, you know what I'm saying? Because business is business at the end of the day. And I always respect business. We all got family, children, and bills. So I never disregard that and say, yo, man, I'm a real nigga. And I was younger, I felt that way. I'm a real nigga, I ain't paying for no feature. Nigga, fuck me, don't fuck with me, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? But the more I understood business, business is business, you feel me? And what might be good for me might not be good for you, but it might be good for me. And business-wise, we should do that, business-wise. Yeah. And that's where I'm at too with it. So it could go both ways though, for sure.
Is that your daughter on Guidance?
Yeah, that's my daughter. That's my oldest daughter,
Yeah, so how proud of you? She's talking, I graduated. And Was that script or did she just pick up the phone and how you did that?
That's actually, I ain't gonna lie, my manager and her cooked that up on some, I was down in Houston handling some business or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they just called me and was like, yo, check this out. And once I heard it, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even putting no second verse on it. Like, I'm gonna just leave that shit like that. Yeah. And that was dope. But yeah, she definitely about to graduate, man. I can't believe I got a senior, bro. You feel me? I had her, I was real young when I had her. But yeah, she on that record. And my daughter just recently started recording too. So I'm looking at that as an avenue as to where, wow, this is something I can explore, help invest into my own child and like not relive it all over again, but just help her not make the mistakes that I made if this is something that she really want to pursue. And that's dope for me too, as a man and as a father, as a parent. So yeah, for sure.
Save a spot for her on the deluxe.
Of course, man.
See? All right, so with Boosa's Keeper, I wanted to ask this. What was Ross's feedback from listening to the album, if he has listened to the project?
He really called me and congratulated me, right? He called me and congratulated me on the album. I don't want to freestyle and say whether he was on a truck or boarding his plane. I don't remember where he was at, but I know he was just like, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. I haven't talked to him since to get his feedback from the album. Like, what you think? What records you fuck with? What I could have did better with her? I ain't really get that yet, you know what I'm saying? But he did call me and congratulate me on the album, though. That's a good question. I gotta get his feedback.
I think he's gonna love it.
For sure. I think he's gonna love it too, man. Yeah. It's a couple of records where you can hear the inspiration from Rose, you feel me? Man, so, for sure.
Heard some Rose, I heard a little Gucci in there too.
Yeah, of course.
You know? What's your favorite Ross album?
Port of Miami. Hands down. The first album, Port of Miami, like, hands down. White House, Push It to the Limit, Pots and Pans with, who was that, CeeLo or Lloyd? I think it was Lloyd or CeeLo on there. When that album dropped, right? Because I was just giving you a couple of examples of things I used to listen to when I was a kid. For example, Clips dropped Lord Willing in 2002. I was 12 when that dropped. And my mother, this is around the time where you get to listen to your music in your room, and now you starting to grow into yourself. And now your mother on the outside looking in like, okay, just the type of music my son like. So when Port of Miami came out, I thought I was a man. You know what I'm saying? Listening to that album, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna apply everything he's saying to my everyday decision making. And I want to move like a boss from here on out. You know what I'm saying? Out of all my friends, I don't want to boss my friends around, but I want to be the leader amongst my men. You know what I'm saying? And I think that album helped shape my character as a young man. We got to find out where year that dropped as well too.
Well, full circle, got that relationship with him. I think this project right here could be defining for your career as well, man. Okay. Before the deluxe drop, we love the Slutty Boys era, love every Gleesh that we get, but Boosa's Keeper sounding really good. So, wow. And you're coming off serving 4 years. In that time, your life has changed personally and professionally. What's been the most challenging part navigating the industry after coming home?
I think the most hardest part about navigating coming home and being in this industry is that I still had that part inside me that want to respond to everything and want to, make you stand on what you say, and you should really, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to my sentencing guidelines, I can't afford to do that. You get what I'm saying? And I think as a man, like, you might not know what I'm afraid of in my mind, but in your mind, I'm afraid of you. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm afraid of losing this, losing her, the kids, going away for another 60, 90 months, 120 months. It's like, you feel me? And man, just not making those quick decisions as to where you're willing to risk it all again. That gotta be the hardest part for me personally.
You gave up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite artists always talk about that. It's like you could do the same things, some of the same things you want to do behind the wall, but I'm not risking my freedom for you suckers.
Yeah,
you know
not at all, bro. It's like don't get me wrong. I tell people all the time, in the system, I can do everything you could do except drive a car. You feel me? So don't get me wrong, nigga gonna live. Yeah. But actually being away and missing out on life and, you know what I'm saying, doctor's appointments, graduations, plays, talent shows. When you miss shit like that, it's like, when they send you the pictures, you're like, damn, I should have been there. You feel me? Shit. And that shit weigh on your conscience. So once that weigh on your conscience and you reach a point to where you do care about your family and, you know, those that you hurt by the decisions you make, well, now you becoming a different type of man now because now you care for others. So you want to move correctly for those who you care about.
Shit, outside of that, you miss funerals.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you definitely miss funerals, for sure.
And during that time, when you were incarcerated, COVID happened, but you also lost your best friend.
Yeah, I lost my best friend. I lost my grandmother the year before I lost my best friend. So my grandmother was born June 12th, and she passed June 16th.
Rest in peace.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my grandmother. She passed 1 year before my best friend passed, and my best friend passed in the month of June as well. So June is a harsh month for me, and it's my birthday month. And rest in peace, my baby mother. My baby mother passed in the month of June as well. You know what I'm saying?
It's rough, man. So I know how it could be with that. It's right. Just even thinking about that now, like the same thing. My birthday, I lost my sister. I lost a lot of people in the same month. Okay. And I don't know. It's just like a weird energy. Anytime it comes to that time of year, it's like I don't want to deal with people, nothing like that.
Right. And you, like, I don't think people really understand, like, you not being an asshole. It's just like, this is one of the months where I'm just not feeling lovey, super lovey. And I get it. It's my birthday month as well. Yeah. So you got to think people around me trying to plan surprises. Oh, I'm going to get them this. I'm going to get them that. Well, really, I took 3 major L's in this month. My baby mother, my grandmother, my best friend. That weighed heavy on my mind. It weighed heavy on my mind, period. But especially when that month come. Yeah. So, yeah, for sure.
And then coping with that while incarcerated.
While incarcerated.
You know, but if anything could come out of that, you did find a way to release music.
Of course.
Incarcerated. You released Big Home.
Yeah, you did your homework.
Yeah, I listen to the music, man, bro.
Like, it's crazy.
You my man.
Nah, not to go sidetrack, but it's very rare that you sit down with somebody who you can tell by the questions that they do their homework. So it's dope. That's dope.
That nigga said I got the club on swole. Whoa. What's your role, young nigga?
Yeah. No question, man.
Yeah, so you released that while you were incarcerated. How did you manage that? Did you just have some, like, your team, they had the music and it was
you know what's crazy is that, man, I would pay, I say this all the time, I would pay for some of my jail calls when I was locked up because a lot of that was just me being on the phone with my other homie, my little brother. Phones, shout out to phones, free phones. Excuse me, we'd just be sitting on the phone and he'd be like, bro, don't forget about this song, you got this song. And I'm like, yo, can we get the session to that? See if we're gonna get it mixed. See who can mix it for me. Ask them how much they gonna charge, blah, blah, blah. And we just on the phone, just, you feel me, like, and I ain't gonna lie, a lot of it was going through stress, like not wanting to be on the phone with my bitch, you feel me? But also not wanting to play basketball and not wanting to play cards. So I'm like, fuck it. Me and my brother just sit on the phone. We just listening to old records. I try to close my other ears best as possible. And I'm just listening to old records like, all right, bet. So, all right, let's make a list of 30 records. And once we make the list of 30, all right, let's knock the list to 15 records. You feel me? And then once we get it to 15, all right, let's pick like 14 that we really, really want to release. And that's how we was doing it, you know what I'm saying? And we was just putting that shit together.
Yeah, it sounded really good. I could tell hearing some of the
intros. A lot
of
it was not mixed a lot. Yeah, but
that gives you that raw feeling
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, of course.
You know
but
what
go
I'm
ahead,
saying?
What you say on some of the intros?
No, like I hear you. He's like, yo, what the nigga say? He said, nigga, this is a light sentence, not a life sentence.
This is a light sentence. Oh, yeah. A couple of my intros, I was on the jail.
Yeah, you talking to me. So, but that for me, like the work is in the music and listening to the music, and you make great music.
Yeah,
so it was good to have you come back, and then you followed that up with Nightmare on East Street, and you just started booming. But let me ask you, do you feel that you get the respect you deserve for your skill set as a rapper?
Of course not. That's me personally. Nah, I don't feel as though I get the respect I deserve. One, a lot of my fans gravitate towards the fun records, you know what I'm saying? But the records that I pour my heart and soul into, only my core fans who really been following me since a young nigga, they the ones who relate to them records. And I really would like my whole entire fan base to get to know the Fat Trel that's in those records, you feel me? But the way the world is, man, we get lit or die, you know what I'm saying? It's Don Julio and popping bottles every night. So of course those records gravitate with the fans more. But it's crazy.
Look, they gotta respect the evolution. Slutty boys become slutty men.
And of course, absolutely, man.
Now, how does a mature Fat Trel handle confrontation and adversity opposed to when you were younger nowadays? When you see some bullshit, hear some bullshit.
I just think about it. One, I gotta ask myself, is it worth it? You feel me? So like, for example, I don't need to come check your temperature about a rumor. Number one, it's a rumor. You feel me? If it ain't true, my grandmother used to always say, if it don't apply, let it fly. You feel me? But when you young, you don't want to let nothing fly. You feel me? Because why you lying on me anyway? But the mature Fat Trel is like, man, you said I did what? Who said what? And I know it ain't true. Fuck it, man. I ain't got no time to respond to that shit. That shit cap. You feel me? And you know, these social medias, it ain't what you think it's cracked out to be, man. Because I'm looking at these trials every day where they bringing up all these social media posts and captions. They actually really, literally using lyrics against rappers now. Yeah. And you know, all these things that go on in front of you, you're supposed to learn from them. You don't see this shit happen and then continue to make the same mistake. You're supposed to look at something and be like, oh shit, they could do that now? Well, let's not never do that ever again. Not let me try to do that in a better type of way. Nah, you learn from that and just say, fuck that, leave that alone. So dealing with confrontation, first of all, if it ain't true, we leaving that alone. Now, as far as just flat out disrespect, there's ways to go about handling disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say that this new social media and trying to attempt to handle disrespect publicly, I done seen too many examples of these artists, rappers, and I ain't gonna use their names specifically. I ain't gonna use their label names or none of that specifically. But everything that I done seen as far as trying to war with a nigga on live or trying to sneak this a nigga through these captions and, you know, all this new age beefing, nah, I'm not with that at all. You feel me? And I just did 4 years, and in those 4 years, I read a lot of other good men paperwork too. Seeing how they jump on your line about that. Man, that YouTube shit. Oh, all right, bad, say no more. All right, bad, so I know what's going on. And then the internet, everybody want to be investigators anyway. You feel me? So it's best to just leave that shit alone.
Pay attention, rappers, aspiring rappers, anybody, or just somebody who's
you
just
don't have to be a rapper.
You don't. Anybody who's doing something ridiculous. Be careful now. Does Fat Trel enjoy fishing?
You know what? I haven't fished in a while, bro. I haven't fished in a while. But I will say this, right? I haven't fished in so long that I've never fished and kept a fish, cook it and ate it and all that. I never did that. Anytime my father would take me fishing, we always caught the fish and then throw it back in the water. And that part confused me.
Yeah, game fishing. And shit.
Yeah, like why we fishing for these fish and throwing them back in the water?
Some of them shit's nasty though.
Yeah. I mean, some of them, but you know, I don't know. I love fish, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so first of all, we're gonna go fishing to eat. We got to go where the good fish at. That's first of all. The nigga ain't just trying to eat anything. You know what I'm saying? But, That was a great question, man. I do enjoy fishing, but I haven't fished. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't the type of nigga that's gonna come on and cap. I haven't fished in a long time, but I do enjoy it.
Shit, neither have I, man. I remember one time I caught a bluefish. We ate that shit. That shit was trash. That's why I was like, yeah, I see why niggas throw this back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a whole. Well, I don't know. Is it a real process to clean a fish versus a chicken? Because the fish come fresh out the sea. Now I know you gotta skin it and clean it, but they don't let it sit for days and clean it to cook, right?
Nah, they
try to clean that shit and cook that shit right then and there. I couldn't imagine. I don't know. I don't know.
Shit,
it might be something to try.
Something to try, man.
Yeah.
What's next? What's the next step? Trel, what else can we look forward to?
Oh man, I'm actually trying to push another project out before the year is over with, because I got so much music, man. Like I'm looking at my phone, the records is piling up. I'm up to about 670 unreleased records. You know
crazy.
What I'm saying? And I played a song on the way up here, and my manager woke up out of his sleep and was like, "Where you find that song at?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I told you I got shit in my," you know what I'm saying? He was like, where that record at? I'm like, "Yeah, bro, it surprised me too." But I'm ready, man. I'm ready to drop for real. And I feel like the 4 years that I was gone, me personally, I felt like I missed out on a lot. So I say that to say, I want to flood the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we here for it.
Yeah,
we here for it.
I got a lot to say for sure.
Well, I tell you, Trel, man, it's an honor, pleasure to have you here.
Absolutely.
It's here to growth, man. Great music. Continue doing what you're doing and go fishing, man.
Of course, I will, man. You must have, you like fishing?
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
Maybe we gotta go fishing, man.
I'm down.
Is there some spots in New York to go fishing at? You probably have to drive like an hour, 2
Catch a
hours
motherfucking
away.
dead body in one of these spots. You know what I'm saying? Should be swole. Whoa.
Look, that's what I'm saying. You gotta go up. What's they call that part of New York? Upstate New York. We probably gotta go upstate to go fishing.
I'm with it, man. Look, you heard Trel. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, I love to go upstate New York and go fishing, or maybe in Jersey somewhere cool in Jersey and go fishing.
Let me know. Bring them records. We fuck around.
Yeah, bring the speaker. Get some tequila, some beers.
All that shit.
Of course, man.
Slutty boy shit.
Of course, man. We can't fish without the women. So, you know, it's not gonna happen without women. We gotta bring women with us. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with that, bro. Call me. Let me know.
Man, your energy right, Trel. But let them know how they can get in contact with you before we get out of here.
Look, my Instagram is @fat_gleesh_. That's @FAT_GLEESH_. And my Twitter or X is @FatTrel. That's @FATTREL. Boosa's keep it out everywhere, man. The whole world, you know what's up. Deluxe on the way.
So go check out Big Homie as well.
Yeah.
Nightmare on E Street too.
Of
everything, man.
1901, On the Run 1, On the Run 2. Check it out. Check out the whole discography, man.
That Gleesh, put that on your head.
For sure, man. I got you. Love.
All right, G.O.A.T.